And we'll just go ahead and get started. Awesome, guys. Well, welcome to tonight's call. This is our No Grit, No Pearl team call. I think this is like the third or fourth call we've had in this series, and it's really exciting. Like, there's a lot of momentum. The Christmas in July event that we had last week was like awesome. The energy in there was just like on fire and contagious, and I'm so proud of you guys that all invited to that and took advantage of that. So what you have to do now, if maybe your people were in there and they didn't purchase, make sure you go back to that document that we shared on how to follow up with those people, because a lot of this is just a matter of building your list. So they expressed interest, you put them in the group, maybe they didn't purchase. So from this point on, it's going to be following up with them, staying in touch with them, working on that relationship with them because they've expressed interest. You know they're interested now. So that's a good thing. So don't be discouraged if they didn't purchase anything yet. Be excited because you now have another name on your list. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Annie, who is going to share with you guys what's next.
All right, guys, welcome. I thought you were going to have me announce the ranks, and I was like, oh, I don't have the document up. So based off of the Christmas in July, we were thinking, what can we do to keep the momentum going to help you guys grow your business in August, to help you with inviting, getting people started. And so I had seen another coach doing this, so we thought we would give it a go. So August 6th, we are kicking off basically a 3-day sneak peek into what is BOD and what is a challenge group. So for 3 days, we are going to share with your customers. So all you guys have to do is make your list and invite them again to our next group. It's called Getting Started Right. I can't remember the other part. Getting Started Right, Your Way to Fit, or something like that. But you are going to invite them into the group, and then we are going to walk them through what a challenge group is, what to expect in a challenge group. We are going to walk them through what is BOD, what are the benefits of BOD, what about Shakeology, what about the performance line, and we are going to interview some success stories that have came out of challenge groups just to give them a taste of what is possible for them. Then we're going to take it from that 3-day sneak peek. We're going to roll it into a free group and walk them through Clean Week. We're going to give them the meal plan of Clean Week, the workouts of Clean Week. We're going to direct them back to you to get their free BOD memberships. So for 7 days, we're going to walk them through Clean Week. So it's basically a free group at that point for fitness. And then after 7 days, we're going to do what we call a Snoop group into coaching. So hopefully after 7 days, if they've went through the sneak peek, they went through the free group with the Clean Week, and then it's time for them to decide before their BOD renews at 14 days, what are they going to do next? So that's their opportunity to upgrade to a challenge pack with you or potentially a coach. So that's kind of the vision that we have for this next group for you guys to invite to. So it's really, really awesome. You guys just have to build your list. You have to start having the conversations and help us fill this group so we can help you grow your business in August.
It's going to be awesome. I'm really excited for it. I mean, it really is just it's what's next, knowing what are you going to invite people to next, which, by the way, we're closing out the Christmas in July group tomorrow night with a business presentation. We have over 600 people in that group. We would be crazy insane not to introduce all of those people to the business. So tomorrow night at 8 Eastern, we are going to do a business presentation. There's an event page inside the Christmas in July group. So everybody that's in that group will see the invitation. And then I went ahead and created another group on my personal page just so I can invite even more people. So are you guys ready to like punch fear in the face and start inviting? I'm going to share my screen because it's late for me and I start speaking Pig Latin after like 8 p.m. my time. So if I don't have like bullet points, I don't even know what I'm talking about. So hold on one second. And if you guys have my cell phone number, or message me on Messenger if for any reason like I go out and you guys can't see my screen. because that has happened, and I've sat here and talked, and then I'm like, oh, I've been here for a half hour and nobody heard what I said. So we wanted to talk about learning how to invite, because this is like one of the most important pieces in the business, but I think a lot of people are really afraid to do it. They don't know how to invite. They make it much more difficult than what it is. Here are the rank advancements. I went ahead and threw them in a slide, and I really, truly hope I did not miss anyone. Like, I'm sure that there are more than this, and there's probably a report I can run in the online office, and I'll do that for next week just so we don't leave anyone out. But look at all of these new emeralds, and these are new emeralds since the start of July. So since we kicked off the Grit to Pearl group, these are all of the new emeralds. Remember that little tote bag we showed you guys? We're going to be raffling that off, doing a drawing for new emeralds. So shout out to all the new emeralds this week. There was a new diamond last week, Kenzie Bone, yay! And a new 1-star diamond coach, which is Kyra. Congratulations, you guys. Very, very exciting stuff, and just proof that, you know, a lot of times we make up kind of like excuses in our head that like, oh, well, maybe the business just isn't working anymore or whatever. Those are just limiting beliefs that we've created for ourselves. Clearly, this business is alive and well and hopping, and things are happening. So we just got to get past those self-limiting beliefs and know that, like, this business works. We're not going anywhere. Our team is on fire. You have a complete support system, and you just have to plug in. You have to plug in, and you have to show up, and you have to do the work. So part of inviting is the most crucial part of being a coach, right? If you don't invite, I always remember a video that Annie did on the Power of Threes, and in that video, she said, if you don't invite, the answer is always going to be no. And ever since I heard that, it has always stuck in my head because it's so true. You have to invite to be a successful coach. And when I first started this business, which, by the way, I think it's either today or tomorrow, marks my 9-year anniversary as a coach. And it has gone by like that. It has gone by so fast. But in the very beginning, I was taught from day one to always lead with the business. And I think that that's something really important for you guys to realize, that if you're looking to build a long-term, lasting business, you have to lead with the business first. So you've got to be inviting. This is just a cycle of things that you have to do. They all work together. So you have to be publicly posting, documenting your journey, and giving details. If you want to see people that do an amazing job of sharing their journey and their details, go look at Kyra's page, Deidre's page, Amy's page. They are constantly sharing their journey. And there's a lot of you guys on here. Those are just the top names that came to my mind. But look at what other coaches that are hitting Success Club every single month. What do their posts look like? What are they sharing? And you'll see that they're constantly sharing, because I read a statistic the other day. It's like 25% of your, I think it's 20% of your audience actually sees your posts. So you've got to constantly see it. And a lot of times you're like, oh man, I already posted this. I don't want to talk about this again. But guess what? They probably didn't even see your post to begin with. So you've got to constantly be posting publicly. You've got to invite privately. Like, the magic really truly does happen in the DM. So a lot of times people will like your posts, but they won't comment on your posts. If you don't reach out to that person and message them and just be like, you know, hey, thanks so much for showing love on my post. I really, really appreciate it. Have you ever considered doing what I do? But you've got to reach out to them privately. And then ultimately the fortune is in the follow-up, because how many times have you had someone just say, here's my credit card, sign me up? I mean, after 9 years, I've maybe had that happen like twice. I don't know if one of my new coaches, Stephanie, that is on here, and she's a great example. She's someone that I actually talked to the first time probably 4 years ago, and she just signed up a couple weeks ago. So it's all about timing for people, and you're really just planting those seeds. You're building that friendship. You're focusing on that relationship and following up. You're constantly inviting them to what's next. And it's all about timing for them. It wasn't the right time in her life then. And if she had signed up, it probably wouldn't have worked. So you can't really count anyone out. A lot of time it just means, not right now. So if you miss any step in this cycle, it's not going to be complete. So it all works together. So you're posting publicly, you're private messaging, and you're following up, which, by the way, the Facebook algorithm, when you message people, even if it's just to say happy birthday, Facebook's like, oh, they're best friends, they're BFFs, they're besties. So they're going to show your posts in the newsfeed to that person because you're now communicating on a one-to-one basis. So just a little side tip, make sure that you go through and send happy birthday invitations to everyone. I mean, Facebook already tells you, hey, here's the list of everybody's birthdays for the month. Go through and wish them all a happy birthday individually. So what is really, truly holding you back? I can say I've been doing this for 9 years, and when I ask a coach, they come to me and they're like, Lisa, this isn't working, no one's interested. Okay, how many people have you talked to? Let me see your activity tracker. Well, I talked to my sister and I talked to my best friend, and they're just not interested. Okay, well, what about all of the other people that are on your list? Have you messaged them? And typically there is something holding you back from taking it to that next level, because it's easy to talk to your mom, it's easy to talk to your sister, it's easy to talk to your best friend, but let's talk about the other 100 people that are on that list that you first created from day one. So is it your belief in Beachbody? Is there a self-limiting belief in yourself? Maybe you're worried about what other people think. Maybe you are worried about achieving success. I mean, if you build this team, then what? What are you going to do then? Then you're a leader. And I put time on there. Time is really just an excuse. I mean, I guess all of these could be excuses, really. But belief in Beachbody, let's just talk about that for a second. Do you believe in the business opportunity that we have to offer? I mean, Beachbody has been around. They're getting ready to celebrate their 20th year. I'm not going to say they, I'm going to say we, because we are Beachbody. So we are getting ready to celebrate our 20th year next year in 2019. So that's 20 years in the business. It's the company is constantly coming out with new innovative products. I don't know about you guys, but I am loving Lift 4. It's like when you feel like, oh, you found your soulmate workout, they come out with something else and you're like, oh, okay, I have a new soulmate workout. So they're constantly coming out with new things. They're giving us as coaches in the network tools to be successful. They have an amazing, amazing compensation plan. And if you're not familiar with the compensation plan, go find it, look through it, and figure it out. But the compensation plan that we have compared to other network marketing companies, it doesn't even compare. It's truly a business where we all benefit from each other. And I won't go into the whole business structure because that's not what this is about. We'll do that another time. And let's just talk about your self-belief. Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe that you can do this business, right? Because every single one of you on this call can do this business. I made a post, I think it was yesterday. You don't have to be a genius to build this business. I did not have any sales experience. I'm not an expert in the fitness industry. I would like to think over 9 years, I've kind of become a self-made expert or whatever, just from the things that I've learned over the years. But anybody can build this business if you have the passion to help other people, if you have a strong why, to be able to stay at home with your children or be able to pay off all of your debt. I made a post today about Hawaii. My parents are celebrating their 50th anniversary in February, and guess what? We're taking them to flippin' Hawaii for their anniversary. And they don't know it yet, but I just spilled the beans. Actually, I kind of told them, I was like, okay, where do you guys want to go? And they, my parents are both Pearls, for you guys that are following Jem, so they're a little indecisive. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to make the decision for you. This is where we're going. So, yeah. So what is it that you really truly want out of this business? What is your why? Do you have a strong why? Do you have a fire in your belly to do more, to be more, to fulfill your destiny? And if you're worried about what other people think, guess what? They have absolutely nothing to do with your why, with your goals, with your dreams. They're not paying your bills. So who cares if they say, oh my gosh, she posted another picture of her, shake. Who cares? They're not paying your bills. They're not paying my bills. They're not paying for your kids' back to school supplies, right? You're building a business, and that's what this is about. You're making a change in your family's entire destiny, legacy. Everything that you are leaving is something that you are creating right now. So don't worry about what other people think, because it does not matter. Are you worried about being successful? That's actually a fear that people have. Like, well, what if I bring people on? How am I going to lead them? You have an amazing team that's backing you up, right? We have systems in place. So for you as a brand new leader, all you have to do is plug your people into our systems, get them on a 3-way call with your upline coach, do an introduction call, make sure that they feel like they're a part of something special, right? That's what this whole Grit to Pearl thing is making sure that everyone feels welcome and that everyone feels like they're a part of something special. And then time, if you're saying you don't have time, okay, scratch it, forget it. That's an excuse. We're not even going to talk about it, because everybody has time to build this business, whether it means getting up 30 minutes earlier, whether it means working this business on your lunch. When I first started this business, guys, I didn't have a computer, I didn't have internet, and I worked full-time as a single mom. And I would borrow the laptop from my computer at work, and I would take it to Starbucks, connect to their Wi-Fi, I would meet with people on my lunch hour, I would go to the public library to get on to the computer there. So time, scratch it. Everybody has the same amount of time. What's the saying about Beyonce? Somebody put that in the chat. Everybody has the same 24 hours in the day as Beyonce or something. I don't even know. All right, so things to remember as you're inviting, because it's scary to invite, right? What if they say no? You have to remember it's a personal preference, not a personal rejection. So just think about, for example, if you go to your hair salon and you get your hair done and they try to sell, there's some hair salons that try to offer you a lot of products, right? Because that's how they earn additional income. And you may just not be interested. It's nothing against that person. It's nothing against your stylist. It's your personal preference. Same thing when you are out to eat. And at the end of the meal, they ask you, do you want dessert? Are you going to have dessert with that tonight? If you say no, do you think that person, that waitress, is going to go back and cry and sob in the corner? No, they're just asking, do you want a piece of cake after your dinner? And it's your personal preference, not a personal rejection to that person. And it's the same thing with you. When you send out an invite and someone says no, it has nothing to do with you. It's their own personal preference, which, by the way, a lot of times when they say no, it means not right now. It might not be a good time in their life right now, or they may not have enough information to make the decision if now is the right time or not. Lead with the business, default to the products. So again, this is how I was taught from the beginning. I've built a multi-six-figure income with this philosophy that I am always introducing people to the business first. And if they're not interested in signing up as a coach, no problem. All right, let's get you signed up to be my very best customer with these products. Again, no often means not right now or not enough. I cannot tell you how many times, most people they don't sign up right away. It's like you're planting these seeds in the garden. It's the same thing. If you plant a flower garden, your flowers don't bloom immediately. They don't even sprout immediately. They take time to grow, and then they take time to bloom. And it's the same thing with your customers and products. Your customers, and you have to really just water that relationship and watch it grow. You have an amazing gift to offer. I mean, just think about it. Look at all of the people on this call tonight. Every single one of us believed enough in this business to sign up. So why wouldn't your friends and family want to have that same opportunity? You were interested in it. I was interested in it. Annie was interested in it. Melissa was interested in it. So why wouldn't your family and friends be interested in it as well? Everyone loves to hear that someone thinks they would be amazing at something, right? We teach the team to, when you reach out to someone, pay them a genuine compliment. Let them know, I think you would be amazing at this, and here's why. I would love for someone to tell me I'd be amazing at something. I know when I get nice messages like that, I'm just like, oh, this just made my day. Right? How good does it feel when someone pays you a genuine compliment? And even if they're not interested right now, you've left an impact on their day. You've made a difference in their day. And they will remember you as someone positive. If you don't ask, someone else will. How many times has there been someone on your list that you thought would be absolutely perfect at this, and you don't ask them, and someone else does? And the next thing you know, you're like, I can't believe they signed up. Why didn't I reach out to them? Why didn't I ask them? So you have to ask people, or else someone else will. So if there's someone on your list right now that's at the top of your bucket, you've got to reach out to them, because it's just a matter of time. Because if you think they're amazing at it, someone else is going to think they're amazing at it also. So you have got to, do that. It's only icky if you make it icky, right? How many times have you gotten a message from someone that you've never talked to? They just send you a friend request on Facebook, or they just follow you on Instagram, and it's just a really icky message. And you're like, they didn't even take time to get to know me. Right? So it's only icky if you make it icky. But if you are genuinely interested in this person, if you take a few minutes to figure out who they are, what are they about, then it's not icky. You just have to be yourself. And I think taking the pressure off of yourself, that it doesn't have to be perfect. Your invite does not have to be perfect. Take the pressure off yourself and just be yourself. You are talking as if you're talking to your best friend. That's it. You wouldn't talk to your best friend in a weird, icky way. You're going to talk to them like your normal self. Just like I'm talking to you guys right now, right? I'm rolling my eyes. I'm stuttering. I'm saying, I'm not talking like, super professional and scripted. I'm just being myself. And that's what you guys have to do, is just let that guard down, be yourself. I don't know if Courtney Franzi is on here, but she started doing video messages to her prospects, and she's like, they like to see my quirky self, so be yourself. Don't try to be something that you're not. Remember that you can change a life, because that's what this business is all about. It's about life change. Physically, financially, emotionally, all of those things, you have the opportunity to change someone's life. Your family, your friends, your audiences are not mind readers. They, a lot of times, have no idea what it is that you're doing. Last week, I had 2 people message me that had bought 80 Day Obsession, and they didn't buy it from me. And they were like, oh, I didn't realize I could get it from you. And I'm like, what? How is that even possible? I've even had family members ask me, oh, are you still doing that thing? And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? So your family and friends, your audience, a lot of times they have no idea what it is that you do until you reach out to them, especially when you get them on the business presentation into the biz op. So like what we're hosting tomorrow night, what we're going to host next week with this challenge group sneak peek, rolling it into a bod sneak peek, free challenge group, and then rolling it into the Snoop group. If you don't put your people in front of a third-party tool, they have no idea what you're doing. They think you're working out and you're acting crazy and you drink this green, yellow drink that makes you crazy. Until you actually reach out to them, they have no idea what you're doing. Learn to love your no's, because your no's are going to get you one step closer to a yes. Let me ask you this. Would you rather have someone leading you on, right? Leading you on, not really sure, are they interested, are they not? Or would you rather just have someone say, no, not right now, right? Because then you can cross them off the list. You can say, is it okay if I follow up with you, in a month or so? Or do you know of anyone else that might be interested? Like, I totally understand that you're not interested right now, but who do you know that might be interested in making a little or a lot of money and having fun and changing lives, since you're not interested, right? Learn to love your no's. And then the more you do it, the easier it gets. I remember my very first times inviting, and especially like with the cold market, and just being super nervous and almost like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna invite them, right? I'm gonna ask them, and you're nervous and you're shaky, and maybe it's not perfect the first time. It probably won't be, but the more you do it, the easier it gets. And then when you get someone interested, you're like, yes, I've got this. It becomes fun. It becomes fun, and it almost becomes a challenge within yourself to get better at it, to really change someone's life and know, like, oh my gosh, I have this crazy opportunity. I've got to get better at this. I want to share this with everyone I know. And when someone says yes, you're like, boom, I did it. It's fun. It's exciting. And then lastly, just remember your why. Why are you doing this in the first place? So if it is taking your family to Hawaii, when you get ready to send that invite and you're scared to send the invitation, you don't want to do it, remember that why. You know what? I'm going to send this invitation, and not only is it going to help that person, but it's going to get me closer to my goal as well. So imagine your families, sticking their toes in the sand and, laughing at luau's and whatever your goal is, whatever your dream is. I'm just giving you examples. Maybe it's traveling to the mountains and, having a cabin there and waking up every morning to the birds chirping and the sound of the water in the creek. Whatever that is, remember your why. And I see lots of things in the chat, and so hopefully there's nothing there for me that I need to answer. All right, so as you're going through your prospects, there's the 3 C's. And every single person that you reach out to, you can plug into your business one way or another. So when someone says no, do not get discouraged, right? Because this is kind of in order as to what you're looking for. You're looking for a coach that wants to build the business. When you find someone that wants to build a big business, that's gold, right? Because you're looking for those diamonds in the rough. And they're not going to go diamond overnight. You guys are going to build a lifelong relationship together. You're going to build a business together till you're gray hair or whatever, because this isn't something that you're just doing today. This is something that's going to impact your life for the rest of your life. A customer and enjoy the products, or a connector and send you referrals. So just remember, when you're inviting, that you're sorting through people to see where do they fit into the 3 C's, a coach, a customer, or a connector. So let's talk about some key phrases. I shared with someone over the weekend some of my invitations, and she was like, that's it? That's all you said? KISS, keep it simple, silly. Or you can say, keep it simple, stupid. I don't know if Sam Phoebus is on here. I mentioned to her. She shared with her coach, who is her brother. She's like, oh, I said way worse than that to him. So I'm not sure what she said to him. But you want to keep it simple. And again, take the pressure off of yourself when you're inviting someone. But these are just some key phrases that I want to throw out there so that I'm going to try to mute. I'm not sure if someone's unmuted, and I'm easily distracted. Okay. These are just some key phrases that you can include into your invitations. If I, ... would you? If I sent you a short video, would you be willing to watch it? If I invited you to our 3-day sneak peek into challenge groups, would you be willing to check it out? If I invited you to my free Beachbody On Demand accountability group, would you be interested? Would you check it out? If I, would you? I can't wait to hear what you liked best about what you saw. So when you ask that question, you're setting them up to hear the positive, right? Because we really don't want to hear the negative. We want to hear what did they like best. We want to keep it on that positive note. On a scale of 1 to 10, how interested are you in joining? The first time I said this, I actually used this on my parents the first time because they're in Illinois. I'm originally from Illinois, and I want them to move to Georgia. So I said, on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely are you to move to Georgia? And they both said a 7, and I was like, oh, okay, that's awesome. So start practicing some of these things on your family and get out of that awkwardness. But when you ask someone that question, you know, okay, where do they stand in all of this? If it's a 7, great. Let's get you signed up. Would you like, and I'm going to go down to the last question, would you like to enroll as a coach and take advantage of the amazing discount that I get? Or would you like to be one of my very best customers? You're asking them those questions, and I move right through this. When someone's interested, I send them a video that they like and they're interested. Great, I can put together a virtual shopping cart for you and put everything in there, and then all you have to do is go in and confirm everything and put your payment information in, and you're set. Do you want to enroll as a coach? Sometimes I'll say a VIP customer, to change it up, because sometimes people are like, coach, I can't be a coach. But if you say it's really just like a VIP customer and take advantage of the amazing discount that I get, or would you like to be one of my very best customers? The fourth one down, your support would mean the world to me. Can I count on you? This is a great way if you're a newer coach, especially as you're inviting into like tomorrow night's business presentation. Your support would mean the world to me. Can I count on you? They're going to be like, oh, yes, of course. You know, as a courtesy, I wanted to make sure you saw this because, again, your people in your newsfeed, chances are they're probably not seeing all of your posts. They don't often see event pages until you constantly post in there or you post in them frequently, or until the event page actually comes up and you get the reminder, right? How many of you guys got the reminder for tonight's call? Well, you probably didn't get that until 30 minutes before it started. So that's why you want to reach out to them like, hey, as a courtesy, I just wanted to make sure you saw this. I would hate for you to miss out on this opportunity. So those are just some things that you can say, throughout the invitation process. And just remember to keep it short and sweet. Like, you don't want to, I hate to say it because that phrase is so ugly. You don't want to vomit all over people. If I get something that is like a couple paragraphs, anything longer than 2 paragraphs, I'm not reading it. I'm not. That's bad to say, but I'm going to skim through it. I may not even read it. So you want to keep it very short and sweet. You're dropping breadcrumbs along the way, because just think if someone sent you this big, long, formal message. Let's just talk about Rodana Fields. If you got a long message from someone trying to sell you Lash Boost, you'd be like, okay, Lash Boost, blah, 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 blah. You want something short and sweet. Hey, I don't know if you're interested in this or not, but I thought of you because, you like makeup, you're always so beautiful, you've talked about mascara, whatever. That's Rodana Fields. We're not selling Rodana Fields, so I'm not going to talk about that. But you get my point. You just want to keep it really short and sweet. And again, be yourself. Don't be super formal. Don't be, just trying to make it sound like something that's not yourself. Be yourself. Be short and sweet. And remember them, you're not giving them all of the information at once. You're giving them breadcrumbs. If you think about your garden, if you poured all the water in the world on your garden, you're going to wash it out and nothing's going to grow. So it's also really important to know, what are you inviting them to, right? When you're reaching out to people, well, what is it that you're inviting them to? And I want to encourage you guys all to take advantage of the third-party tools. This is where you can eliminate that vomiting all over them with information, and instead get them in front of the third-party tools that, you know, are created by successful coaches. They're created by Beachbody. So it's things that are professional and may have a little bit more expertise. It's really important to remember to be the messenger, not the message. So what are you inviting them to? Are you inviting them to check out the What is Coaching audio series? Guys, if you have not checked that out yet, it's www.coachlife.biz. You guys should all go through and listen to those short audio clips as well, because the more you hear the business explained, the easier it's going to be for you to talk about it. The first time that I had to do a business presentation, so way back in the day, Christine Dwyer, who's the president of our big team, Platinum Presenters, we used to do business presentations every other week. And I remember the first time she asked me to do a business presentation, I watched her presentation on repeat for like an entire week because I wanted to make sure that I knew what I was talking about. So go through the What is Coaching audio series, coachlife.biz. It's short 7-minute audio segments that your prospects can listen to while they're doing their laundry, while they're driving in the car. And the more you guys hear it, the easier it will be for you guys to talk about as well. Are you inviting them to a sneak peek? Everybody's been asking, when's the next sneak peek? You asked, you got it. Tomorrow night, Tuesday night is our sneak peek, 8 p.m. Eastern. After that, we're doing a 3-day sneak peek into What is a Challenge group. We're going to do that free challenge group, and then we're going to roll it into a Snoop group. And they can snoop around and figure out what is this coaching thing all about. Are you inviting them to try a sample of Shakeology or Energize or a snack bar? Are you inviting them to a 3-way call with your upline coach or business partner? How many times have you been like in a store and you like look at something hanging on the rack and you're like, oh, that's really cute. I'll come back to it. And then somebody else immediately goes over to it and you're like, she better not get it. Is that the last size? It's that whole not peer pressure, but peer marketing, I guess you could say. They can hear your story, but when they hear from someone else as well that's being successful, it just really, finalizes everything and confirms like, okay, this is cool. This is something that I want to be a part of. This is something that works. Are you inviting them to watch a video? Introducing Team Beachbody is a really great video. Make sure that you are pulling it from Beachbody's YouTube channel versus another coach's YouTube channel. I would say it's okay to send them to, someone on your teams like myself or Annie or, whoever on the team. It's okay to send them a video of ours, but just be very careful of sending them to like Melanie Mitro or, Jatana Jackson. She did that really cute video with Joel, her little dancing video. Be careful when you send your prospects to someone else that you don't know. Because what is going to happen? Oh, wow, she's so cute. Look how she dances all fun and she jumps off the countertops. Maybe I want to sign up with her. You want to be very careful of who you send your people to. So What is Coaching audio series, live sneak peek, try a sample, 3-way call, or a video. When reaching out to people, so I'm just going to give you a few examples of how you can reach out to people. We've got tons and tons of scripts, guys, that you guys can, look through and figure out what's the best one for you because we want it to sound like you, right? So this is reaching out to someone that you know. I wanted to share some exciting news with you. I know you've built an incredible network in Chicago or whatever city they're in. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but I'm building a brand new business there, and I immediately thought of you because I know how well networked and respected you are there, right? How are you setting the stage here for building? Okay, I was just making sure that wasn't you guys. How are you setting the stage? Are you setting the stage here for a business, or are you setting the stage for products? you're setting the stage here for someone that's business minded. Have you heard of Team Beachbody before? It's a total health and wellness company, the company that created P90X and Insanity, and just about every other fitness program you see on TV. I'm hoping I could share more about what we're doing, get your input and ideas, and see if you know anyone who may be interested in what we're offering. Could we set up a time to get together so I can share more? Offer to meet them, treat them for coffee, or invite them on a call with your sponsor who will share more as you're learning. So after you share more, you're going to share your short story, how you found the company, why do you love it. Guys, your story doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to be excited. You just have to share from your heart, find your passion, and share that, and then invite them to a time to learn more. So again, you're determining what to invite them to. Are you inviting them to a three-way call? I'm new and still learning. I'd love for you to hear from my business partner. She'll be able to share more and answer your questions. I think you'll love her story. She's available at what time works best for you. Maybe you are having a business launch party. Next Thursday night, I'm hosting an event at my house and would love to have you there. It could be a good chance for you to network with new people, hear more about what I'm up to, and then we can talk after. Your support would mean the world to me. Can I count on you? Okay, your sneak peek, your biz op. I put biz op on there because we say that a lot. That's your business presentation. That's your sneak peek. And that is for your guests. I can't tell you how many times I've hosted a biz op and I'll have a coach that's like, oh, well, can I invite guests to that? This opportunity is for your guests. So next Tuesday, we're hosting a virtual business presentation. I'd love to have you as my guest. We can chat after and I can share more with you about my experience with my brand new business. I would love your input. Can you join us? There's nothing weird. There's nothing creepy about that, right? There's nothing icky about those things. Let's talk about sharing samples when you're out and about. So you can put together your own little sample package, right? This is what I did last week for my freebie Friday. I gave away this little sample package. And when I mentioned someone that I was friends with bought 80 Day Obsession, it was actually the person that won the freebie Friday. I was like, congratulations, you're the winner. And she's like, yeah, I've been doing 80 Day Obsession. I'm like, wait a second, you've been doing 80 Day Obsession. Who'd you get it from? Or do you have a coach? And so I was able to get her to transfer over to me as her coach because she wasn't working with anyone. And now I'm able to introduce her to all of these other awesome products as well. So as you're out and about, put together a little gift bag and keep it in your purse. Start casual conversations with people by complimenting people and asking them questions. The easiest place for me is when I am out shopping or we're at a restaurant. You know, you're really good at what you do. Do you love working here? I love your handbag. Where did you get it? You're just starting a conversation by asking questions. And then when you're on your way, look, I know you're in a hurry. I don't really have time to talk right now, but I really loved talking with you. I want to leave you with a little gift. And then just say, I'm an independent consultant in the fitness industry with the company that created P90X and Insanity. I know you'll love these products. If you promise you'll use them, I promise I'll follow up and stay in touch. Today's Sunday. I'll call you on Tuesday to see how you love them, what time works best for you. So you're not saying, is it okay if I call you? You're taking control of the conversation. They're not going to feel weird. I promise you. They're not going to be like, you know, oh my gosh, this person's weird. You can also just ask them if they're on Facebook as well. Is it okay if I follow up with you? But the magic is if you get their phone number and you can get on the phone with them and, of course, see them face to face. When you call them, how did you love the products? Again, you're not saying, what did you think about them? You're asking, what did they like best? I'd love to tell you more about them. This is a great time to find out their email and get them on Facebook. In fact, if you just have a few minutes, I'd love to hear about your goals to find out specifically what products are best for you. Then you're inviting them to learn more with a call with your sponsor or business partner, to coffee, or to an event such as our sneak peek. I have multiple pages of examples I'm not going to go through all of them because you're like, Lisa, I really don't want to hear you read all of these scripts, but I promise I will just share with you guys all of my slides tonight so that you can look them over. And these are just to give you ideas about what to say to people. So always, when someone likes your post about coaching or a challenge group, they're going to go on your list. I have an entire book. So I'm a pen and paper person, guys. I have an entire book of pages of people that have expressed interest. Maybe they've RSVP'd to an event for a clean eating group, or they've expressed interest to my sneak peek to a business presentation. Even though they don't sign up, they're going on my list so that I can invite them to the next thing, so I can follow up with them, so that I can be interested in them. So when someone likes your post, private message them. Hey girl, long time no talk. I was just scrolling through your pictures and saw that you're working at the YMCA now. How crazy. Remember when we used to go there every day after school to swim? You're making it very personal. Anyway, I saw you like my post about my new coach training coming up. I never told you this, but I've always thought you would be incredible at it. Were you interested in hearing more? So you always want to make it personal first, right? If you just went in and said, I never told you this, but I thought you'd be incredible at coaching. Are you interested in hearing more? I'd be like, geez, she didn't even offer to say hi to me first. Guys, that's one of my weird pet peeves. Like when people message and they don't even say hi, where is the common courtesy? So just make it personal at first. So these are just examples of when someone likes your post. Number 4, super simple, right? Hey girl, saw you wanted some more information about coaching. Have you ever tried a Beachbody program before? You're just starting the conversation. A current challenger that would make a great coach. Hey Ashley, I wanted to reach out to you and congratulate you and give you the biggest shout out. You are truly inspiring, and what a way to hold yourself accountable and show others that this is possible and that you're making time for you, because it is important. I love seeing that. Have you given any thought at all to becoming a coach? I seriously think you would be incredible at it. So these are just, again, some examples. When you have a current challenger that you know would make a great coach, like you already know. When you have a challenge group, you know who's showing up every single day. Those are the people you're like, yeah, they need to be a coach. I want that person on my team. You want to reach out to them and you want to recognize them. And a lot of times they're already doing what a coach does. They're just not getting paid for it. So it's an easy transition for them to sign up as a coach. And of course, when they have ordered a challenge pack in the past, they can still pay the $40 sign-up fee and then get reimbursed for that $40. It takes like 48 hours for them to get reimbursed for it. There's a little form for them to fill out. So that's also an easy thing to throw out there. Like, hey, you're already doing what a coach does. You're not getting paid for it. I know you already ordered a challenge pack, so we can reimburse you that $40 sign-up fee. You can actually sign up for free. How to follow up with people after they say no or have not responded. I'm going to have to fix this slide because you can't really see it. I noticed you read my message about coaching but didn't respond. Totally cool if you're not interested, but I would love to know why, or if there was something I could have explained better, or some questions that you may have. I'm looking to make this easier for others in the future, and I would love to know what your holdbacks were. Talk to you soon. So you're kind of positioning it that you just want their input. You know, no pressure. I'm not upset if you don't want to sign up. It's no big deal, but I would love your input, right? So it's just a matter of keeping that conversation open. And do you notice that all of these are ending with a question? Because you want them to reply back. If you don't end your message with a question, they don't have anything to reply back to. So make sure that you are asking a question at the end. Lastly, guys, fortune is in the follow-up. Just remember, this is a business built on friendships. Be interested in what's going on in their lives versus being interesting. It's not about you. Like, they want to know what's in it for them. They could, I mean, yeah, it's great if you are taking your family to Hawaii or you paid off your credit card, but what's in it for them? That's what they really, truly want to know. What's in it for them? Just remember to talk as if you're talking to your best friend. If you come across like trying to sound super formal or, you know, whatever, if you're overthinking it, it's going to come across really awkward and they're going to feel that. So you got to take that weird awkwardness out. Just be yourself and learn that, you know what, if they're not interested, they're not interested. No big deal. You can't take it personal. As people like, comment, RSVP to your events, they go on your list. And don't be afraid to reach back out and invite. And then ultimately, guys, this just goes back to remembering why you got started. What did you truly want out of this business? Committing to being here a year from now, because this business doesn't happen overnight. Like, I wish it did. I wish you signed up and tomorrow you were making like $1,000 a week. But it's going to take time. It's going to take you committing to being here a year from now. It's going to take you committing to going to Summit next year with all of us. And really just know, like, I'm going to have to invest in my business. I'm going to have to show up even when I don't feel like it. I'm going to have to send that last invitation. You know, if you're doing 5 invites a day, if you're sending 5 messages a day, it's going to take that to build this business, that consistency and showing up when you don't feel like it. And I think Amy shared when she was doing the Lyft invites, she woke up at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday and busted out all of those invitations to people. So remember why you started. Remember what an amazing company that we are a part of, the gift that you have to offer. Like, you really, truly can change someone's life just as much as your life has changed. Whether that is you've lost 10 pounds, you feel amazing about yourself, you've got self-confidence, you feel secure, maybe you're able to pay for your kids' back to school supplies. That is huge. You don't have to have this crazy, amazing success story yet, because you will. Maybe you're just not there yet. But the average person can't even relate to someone that makes more than an extra $1,500 a month. So that's something awesome that you have to share, that they can be, you are relatable to them. So just go out there and remember, be yourself, have fun. You've got to invite, or somebody else is going to invite for you. So I haven't, looked at the chat. I don't know if there's any questions or not. There's like 60 things in the chat. Are you providing us links to the coaching sneak peek or the Snoop group so that we can check it out and then add people? Oh, Amy's already answered that. Awesome. And you guys, I will be sharing the scripts that I share with you guys as well. So I'll share them in multiple places. If you're on the Platinum Dynasty page, I share everything there. If you're on the Grit to Pearl page, which, by the way, to get into that page, you have to hit Success Club the month before. So everyone that hits Success Club in July will go into that Grit to Pearl leadership page for August. So you still have 24 hours left to hit Success Club, another 24 hours to get people in the Lift 4 VIP group, as well as the Mes de Mas challenge group. Tomorrow is the last day to get those people in there. So you still have time to bust your booty, hit Success Club, get in that Grit to Pearl group. I'll share things there as well. Your leaders will have this stuff. So I will email it out through the Coach Online office. So everybody should get all of that information. So I hope you guys found tonight's call valuable, and I hope you feel a little bit more confident about reaching out to people. And sometimes it just helps to almost expect a no, right? If you expect a no, then you know, like, you can cross that person off your list and move on to the next one. So have a great night, you guys, and get busy inviting.